Good afternoon, Space Friends. Welcome back to Day 3 of the Prelims, also known as Losers Day, as every team playing today already lost their first match last weekend. I'm Zastro, here with the winner of the AT10 Neckbeard competition, Lazarus Tellraven. For this match, we have Dark Taboo going up against Why So Serious. In their first match, Dark Taboo only scored 4 points, and Why So Serious only had 2. This is important because for either of these teams to advance, they not only have to win, but they have to win with enough points to make the cut to the group stage. So, Laz, what do we see here?
We had Dark Taboo in a 4 Cyclone, 2 Griffin setup, which is only 44 points against the setup we saw the most last weekend, which is the 2 Sleipnirs, Scimitar, 3 Merlins, which does come in at 50 points. So they do have that 6-point advantage. If they do win, they get that extra handicap. So.
And we see that all the Cyclones and the Sleipnirs all warped into 0. They're on top of each other. And the Frigates and the Scimitar are up further away from each other. And the match is starting, so here we go.
Yeah, you're going to see all these close-range Cyclones, autocannon DPS, as well as you're going to see the James from the Griffins, and I'm not sure what we're going to do with the, looks like sensor names from the Merlins. So they're trying to get those Griffins off the field, that way the DPS can be applied from the Sleipnirs onto the Cyclones.
Immediately, see the Griffins are splitting up and heading to the edges of the arenas. It looks like the Merlins are chasing them down, while the battlecruisers in the middle of the arena are just pounding on each other.
Yeah, you're really seeing the DPS come from these Cyclones as they get that first Sleipnir into half shields. It's going down rather quickly, and it doesn't look like they're able to get that reps across to it. And it doesn't look like the Scimitar has any war on it, so you're not seeing much reps coming from it. So it's just that overwhelming DPS from the autocannons.
Yeah, and it looks like that one Merlin that's taking damage has a cloud of drones chasing him down. Looks like he's caught up with one of those Griffins, though, and poof, there he goes.
Yeah, that Griffin made the mistake of getting in autocannon range of these 4 Cyclones, and it looks like they just tore them apart.
Yeah, as a frigate, you do not want to be that close to those Cyclones with those autocannons.
Yeah, the Sleipnir for Why So Serious is in half structure. It's going to be popping very shortly. And one of these Cyclones for Dark Taboo is in about 20% shields left. A lot of DPS from the 4 Cyclones, like I said. Once this Sleipnir goes down, they're going to lose a lot of sustainability when it comes for the DPS to get these Cyclones down. I think the ASBs might be able to take over.
Yeah, again, we're seeing Dark Taboo trying one of these no logistics setups that's relying on just the ASBs to keep themselves repped. That's been pretty successful so far in the tournament. What do you think about not bringing a logistics ship?
If you're going front-loaded DPS like this, we saw this the first weekend from PL, which was the Sleipnir 3 Cyclone setup. It hits really hard, and if you can get those DPS or those key ships out quickly, then it's really not much of a risk, especially with the ASB's factor on the Cyclones. That Sleipnir is in about 25% structure for Why So Serious is holding on. Looks like maybe his ASB finally reloaded, and he's able to pull that damage back. But once it runs out of charges again, he's definitely going to die.
Yeah, having the ASB plus having that Scimitar keeping him wrapped gives him incredible tank. There's a lot of DPS coming off of those Cyclones, but it's just not enough to deal with that shield tank that they have.
Yeah, they seeing the Merlins trying to get around to that Griffin. Looks like the Griffin is trying to apply jams.
Yeah, he's got some ECM drones chasing the Griffin down, but it seems like he's able to keep his jams going too.
Yeah, it's surprising though that the Cyclones have broken off, tried to get this Scimitar down while this Sleipnir actually it's about to die. It's up and there it goes. It's down. Yep. As the same time the Cyclone goes down for Dark Taboo.
Shit.
Yeah, but I think that definitely hurts the Why So Serious team a little more. They're losing their Sleipnir. Actually, that Sleipnir isn't that. Oh, there he goes. He's hanging on with a sliver of structure there.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so it's down to. Yeah, that one Sleipnir's left. It's already in half shields, as well as the Cyclone for Dark Taboo in half shields. As you see those ASBs start kicking on and repping up that damage, this Sleipnir it's going to be able to tank a little bit better against the 3 Cyclones, but I don't think it's going to be able to sustain, just like the last one.
That one Merlin cruised right through the middle of the scrums going on in the middle of the arena. He took some shots and has a bunch of drones chasing him down right now, but he is repping himself. Everything has ASBs.
All the ships have ASBs.
ASBs on all the ships.
Yep. But it's the real change in pace is going to be is which one of these ships runs out of charges first in their ASBs. Just saw these.
Yeah, we just lost another one of those.
Yeah, another Merlin just insta popped.
Yep. So as this match goes on, the longer the match lasts, the stronger position Why So Serious is in because they have that logistic ship. The ASBs do not do so good in the long run as they run out of charges and have to reload.
Right, well the problem you're running into here is the Scimitar alone can't out-rep the damage of these 3 Cyclones, so once it's run out of cap and charges on that ASB, these Cyclones are just going to overpower the Scimitar and this Sleipnir is just going to melt.
They're having no problem keeping the reps up for now, though. I really did not expect the Sleipnirs to tank the Cyclones as well as they are. But here we are, halfway through the match, and that one Cyclone is still holding off, or the one Sleipnir is still holding off 3 Cyclones.
Yeah, it looks like they switched maybe one Cyclone off to try to get some of this E-War off the field from these Merlins. As you see this Merlin ping-ponging back and forth. You're not seeing reps coming right now from on the Cyclone from this ASB, so it must be in that 60-second reload cycle. And it's going down quite steadily, so if it doesn't get that reload off soon, it's going to be in armor, which has no tank.
Yep, as soon as he's out of those shields, he's going to go down. And at the same time, that Merlin is in the middle of the arena, and now he's getting reps. He might survive. But down goes that Cyclone. He's in structure, and that'll do it for him. With that Cyclone going down, I don't like the odds anymore for the Dr. Boot team.
Yeah, they're losing that DPS advantage. They don't have logistic ship, so once they lose that DPS advantage, they're going to be kind of dead in the water. They're not going to have enough DPS to break this dual tank from the Scimitar reps and the ASB of this Sleipnir. Because like last week when we were talking about Sleipnirs, they have high resistances, they're fast, high DPS from the autocannons. But you're seeing the Cyclone pull back with 10% structure, so it's
Jesus.
Definitely, actually it's 15% structure, so it's definitely anyone's game still. As you see the Scimitar going to half shields, them getting that tackle on that Scimitar is a huge deal, and that could decide this. It will decide this match.
So let's talk about something for a second here. As this is Losers Day, all of these teams have lost one match already. So if they want to make the cut to the group stages, the team not only has to win, but they have to win with enough points to make the cut. A lot of the teams that are playing right now only had 2 or 4 points last week, so they're bringing handicaps to this match. If they win a match with less points than their opponent, then they will get the difference in those points as a bonus, and that could be the difference between whether or not they make the cut to the group stages.
Right. After this weekend, the only 32 teams will be making it through to the next stage of the group stage is 12 mans. So most of these teams are handicapped themselves. Why So Serious brought a actual full point setup, which is a little odd, unless they knew what their other team was going to bring. So
I don't think the full point setup is the right way to go here. But of course, as we went off on that tangent, a whole bunch of ships blown up.
Right.
Now, the Why So Serious team lost their Scimitar, which it could be a crushing blow. I think these 2 Cyclones are going to be able to get that Sleipnir down before the end of the match.
Yep, there goes the one of these Cyclones for the Taboo team, as well as the last Merlin is in deep structure. One more volley from these autocannons will clear it off the field. Dark Taboo, I think, really has this match. They've got 2 ASB Cyclones versus this one Sleipnir. I don't think the DPS from one Sleipnir is going to be able to break the tank of the ASB.
No, those ASBs were holding off a lot more than that for most of the match, so I think they'll be just fine. Well, as I'm saying that, of course, Elias from the Dark Taboo team is losing shield, so maybe he's in that rep cycle. That Sleipnir might get him now. And he's repping, he's dying, he's repping. Nope, he's going into armor now.
Come on.
I'm not sure if they're throwing the match or they're out of cap.
No, Elias is pulling away now. He's trying to burn away from the Sleipnir. If he can get far enough away, he may be able to stop the bleeding.
There it is. He crashed and reloading his ASB there.
Yeah, it looks like he got reloaded and now he's repping back up. So only a minute and 20 seconds left to go. We're going to end up with the situation if neither team is able to finish off the opposing team, all their ships, and get a full 50-point victory. Neither one of these teams is going to have enough points to advance to the group stage.
Come on, kill him.
So for all of the matches today, one team really needs a convincing victory to have enough points to make it to the group stage.
He's almost gone.
Yeah, I think he's out of cap booster charges in that ASC now, and on that slide there, you see him start dropping. They're just shooting through his armor, no tank on the armor, and they are going to get this last kill before the match ends.
They're going to get him, so that puts Dark Taboo in a stronger position. Depending on how tomorrow goes, they might make it to the group stages.
Yeah, so they get the full 50 points. They came in with the handicap. Good build, very good setup for Dark Taboo.
And that does it for the first match of the second half of day 3. We'll see you guys again in 10 minutes.